Here we have the latest and greatest of the Bezgar vehicles, the HP161S, to which I have a coupon code, in fact 10% off the entire Bezgar website. Link to that in the description. All right, let's see. We got our website and socials for Bezgar. Owner's manual shows parts breakdowns, as well as a picture and description of all the parts on the thing, with easy to reach customer service. Got our accessory box here with the controller, battery charger, and tools, and our wheelie bar. This one actually comes with batteries for the controller. That's very rare. And the car itself. Oh, we lost a body clip already. We are gonna put the wheelie bar on because I know it's gonna be needed. It comes with a 3S battery, so it's gonna have more power straight out of the box. So to get right into it, we've got oil-filled shocks. We've got a LED headlight bar that you actually control with a separate button on the remote. Whoa. Whoops. They come stock with a fan on the motor and a heat sink on the ESC. Super solid, thick axles, grippy, soft tires. A chassis that's been designed with this honeycomb pattern in it to give it extra rigidity. The controller also has a 75% power for the beginners and the youngins. Metal center drive shaft, metal turnbuckles on the tie rods, metal steering linkage. Well, some of it anyway, the rest of it's plastic. Now, plastic is good. Too much metal makes it heavy, leading to more breakage. Usually when there's an impact of some kind, it causes breakage on the surrounding plastic parts, or it helps bend other metal parts. But metal is good to have in certain places, like the ones we just mentioned. It's got this quick, easy battery hold down, but if you want to run a different battery, that just kind of adds to the complexity. One of the disappointing things here is with that battery in place, there's all this unused room right here. I see that as a missed manufacturing opportunity, because a bigger battery would make this car more attractive for sure. The plastics on here are flexible, but it's not quite as flexible as the HBX car that it's modeled after. They're pretty similar cars, but this one I have actually transformed into a much wider and slightly longer and more powerful car, which I have that video here if you're interested to see how I did that. I think the red trim rings in the wheels and the red shocks go pretty darn good with the green and the blue and the black on the body. But now I'm pulling random opinions out of thin air. I've got the battery charged. Let's get it hooked up and let's see how fast, durable, and performance-y this car is. Now for our speed test. Hey, the speedometer didn't even fall off. But we're showing 35.4. Oh my God. Wow, and it still didn't even fall off. We got 36.4. Missing body clip. Found a spare right here in the driveway. Awesome. Oh. That was like a last second front flip. Landed on the wheels, let it bounce. Hey, we got a shock hanging out. Oh, not this guy. Oh, that was a hard hit. All right, Max's turn.
Very powerful.
Remember how I said I was gonna need to chainsaw stuff? I decided to actually be safe and not chainsaw in the dark.
Whoa!
Oh, very fast.
When are you getting the one that's supposed to go really, really fast?
That one was crazy. I went down here hitting about 58 miles an hour, tried to hit the brakes before it hit that curb, cartwheeled all the way and slammed into our house. That video's not done yet. It's coming out soon.
You may see me chainsawing stuff outside, I don't know. I'm so tired, I'm just gonna fall asleep with the chainsaw.
Say my turn.
This one's dead now.
All right, well, we definitely took on some damage there. For one, lost all the body pins, but in the rear, we actually lost the body posts. It broke off. Now, a quick note about plastics. It was kind of cold outside today, like 45 degrees. And the colder it is, the more brittle plastic gets. I do wish it had more flexible plastic, though I feel like the front one's more flexible than the rear one was. Oh, that's because it's cracked. Because it also broke the actual shock tower itself here. They gave it all that speed, and I can't say no to trying to do flips way up in the air and then land on concrete. And concrete is just horrible for this stuff. But I'm also impressed in a lot of ways because it did take a whole lot of hit like that, where on many, many cars it would have broken control arms, bulkheads and differential housings, knuckles, and even chassis. And this chassis has stayed solid. Now, performance-wise, this thing was great. 34, 36, I think it was 36 miles an hour. That's really great speed for such a small car. It's a 16th scale. Plus, at those speeds, it held a really straight line, and that's impressive. The tires are really grippy. Well, I've yet to find an RC car that doesn't have a weakness. Of course, this one's got some as well. The first is that it's kind of hard to control. On the ground, it's hard to control. I mentioned that the tires are grippy, and they are. And the problem with that is that it doesn't slide around turns very well. It usually barrel rolls around turns because the tires just grab the ground and they don't slide. Also, it does have decent air control, but once it comes down to the ground, it bounces too much. It's not good at landing. I do think that some better tires and better suspension would change that. Maybe thicker fluid, but it does seem to already dampen pretty well. And then we have the few breakages that I pointed out. Now, this car crashed a whole lot in this video. I'd like to think that my driving skills are better because I usually do land more than like 3 jumps. I think the fact that it's already really fast, and when you take jumps at full speed and the wheels are already spinning about as fast as they can, you lose a lot of air control, because you can't make the wheels spin much faster to cause the centrifugal momentum to angle the car for a landing. You lose a lot of that control when the wheels are already spinning fast, unless it's back and you need to aim it down. And the fact that this car accelerates and gets to its top speed really quickly, all the jumps in this video were pretty much full speed. So that, the bouncy suspension, all led to barely being able to land any tricks, unfortunately also leading it into some of that breakage. But for the crashes that this car took, I actually think it did pretty darn good. Now, if you've been keeping up with 16th scales, you've probably noticed that this is pretty much an exact replica of the Hypergo, and it really is. It's very, very similar, except for the Wild, the Bezgar, comes with a 3S battery, and my Hypergo came with a 2S battery. And this one did the same thing. It was too bouncy and hard to land stuff. Otherwise, I really like this car. I mean, it was a ton of fun. And my neighbor, who made a very smart decision not to use a chainsaw in the dark, even stopped chainsawing to come watch this for a minute. So sometime between now and the far future, I'll play around with this thing and put different tires on it, like maybe these guys that are a little bigger. These don't have foam in them either, though. It is definitely hard to get rid of bounce on small cars because they're so light, but I bet we'll find a way to improve this otherwise really awesome car. Don't forget to use the link in the description to check the Bezgar lineup, and there is a 10% off coupon in there too.